Well. Thank you for joining, wherever you may be. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for checking out Locker Talk Podcast, where you hear about NFL stars of tomorrow today. I'm your host, your proud host, Barry Bonds, founder and CEO of Locker-Report.com. And you guys go to the site, check the site out, where you see some good original NFL content that you will not see anywhere. I guarantee, I promise you. Follow me on all my social handles on Twitter at Locker_Report, on Instagram, Lock Report 100, all small caps, on Facebook, LockReport.com, and also check out the Locker Talk Podcast. That's on Facebook, and you know it.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
That's right. Come on, man. Look, you see the subscribers. You see that it's getting up there. Hey, you see that we're over 1,000. So this is party time. Here go the celebration. We're moving up there. You guys see it. Thank you so much for allowing this to happen. And we're going to increase this volume of content to the masses when it comes down to NFL content. So thank you, y'all subscribers. But yes, we welcome more. So make sure you guys go to YouTube and click and subscribe to Locker Talk Podcast on YouTube. Now, all right, folks, listen. Week 13 of the NFL was great. Great stuff that happened with the players from the NFL Regional Combine platform. And we're going to get right into it. And you guys, we talked about this young man many a times, because he is that good of a player. And Kumar Crusader-Hill, he is a solid workhorse that's in the NFL ever since he came through the process. Now, last week, yes, they played the Indianapolis Colts. And yes, they were shut out 31-0. It's okay. But what's professional about players is that even when things don't look right, and especially the whole point of playing is to get to the postseason and get to the get to the Super Bowl. And when you know that your team is not going to make that playoffs and not get to that goal, the professional part comes out of how hard the players play. And Kumar Crusader-Hill, who leads the Houston Texans in tackles, put on a masterful performance in that game. He walked away with a franchise high and a career single game high of 19 tackles. 19 tackles in one game. Listen, folks, this is the NFL. Heck, to get one tackle, a player will be ecstatic about. But to get 19, that says a lot about heart, says a lot about character, leadership, and Kumar Crusader-Hill is a clear example of that. Coming through the platform of the Regional Combine 2016, nothing but class, getting drafted by the New England Patriots, getting released, going to the Philadelphia Eagles, becoming a Super Bowl champion, where he was actually one of the team captains, bounced around, went to Miami Dolphins, signed a one-year deal with the Houston Texans. Now, in this matchup, all over the place, he even got a sack in this matchup, 19 tackles, folks. 19 tackles actually set the record for the Houston Texans that looked like for the longest time they probably would never get broken, because through that history with the Houston Texans, the most tackles that a player had in a single game was 17 tackles, which was set by Jamie Sharper when he was a member of the Houston Texans in 2003, where he did it twice in one season of having 17 tackles. In 2014, former linebacker Brian Cushing, he equaled the same total of 17 tackles in the game. And then last year, Terrell Adams, now linebacker for the San Francisco 49ers, he tied the record of 17 tackles. Now, Terrell Adams, he came through the process of the NFL Regional Combine in 2015, and he had tied that record last year with 17. 17 was like that magic number that no defensive player from the Houston Texans to eclipse. But Kumar Crusader-Hill did that, and he registered 19 tackles in that single game. We're going to come right back to what Kumar Crusader-Hill later when we talk about what to look out for week 14. And also in that matchup, Kenny Moore, the second solid cornerback, who I believe shown himself to be a viable candidate for the Pro Bowl this year. He walked away with 4 tackles in that game, but he did have another interception. Interception came actually on the first play from scrimmage, when he was able to get this phenomenal interception before stepping out of bounds. I mean, look at the skill set. Look at the concentration. This young man is it. You know, this is why I'm always clamoring for him, always talking about him, because he is that skilled cornerback that you want to need to watch out for. Kenny Moore, solid game, good team win for the Indianapolis Colts. Now, the Washington football team, Cole Holcomb, he leads the team in tackles. A solid game for the Washington football team, and a huge win where he led the team with 10 tackles. Tay Crowder, linebacker for the New York Giants, he had himself 9 tackles in the matchup against the Philadelphia Eagles, showing still that he is becoming someone to deal with. And as this young man starts to learn this game, you will see this young man probably become a star in this league. Miami Dolphins, Nick Needham, he had 5 stops in the Miami Dolphins win in Week 13. And then Austin Walter, running back from the New York Jets, he had finished that game with 2 receptions for 9 yards. So these players from the platform are doing their thing. Really, really excited for these guys. Now we're going to jump into Week 14. Y'all ready for Week 14? I see y'all excited, just like I am. Okay, Week 14 of the NFL. Here we go. Now we're going to rock and roll with all this good stuff now as we're going to set up everything with the NFL Regional Combine players as they doing some great stuff in the league. Now, like I said, coming back to Kumar Crusae-Hill, with him setting a career high, single game high of 19 tackles and setting a franchise record for tackles in single game for the Houston Texans with 19. Now, knowing that the Texans have released Zach Cunningham, who was their main defensive player for the last couple of years, their leading tackle, especially with last year, he got released. Unfortunate, but Kumar Crusae-Hill is in a situation now where he probably can set a record for the platform of 125 tackles. Terrell Adams, who we talked about a few minutes ago, he set the record for tackles in a single season for the platform with 125. Right now, Kumar Crusae-Hill is trending to break that record. Right now, he leads the team with 86 tackles. A good chance with him getting double-digit tackles, he may finish out and setting the record for the NFL Regional Combine platform for the most tackles in a single season. So we definitely going to look out for what Kumar Crusae-Hill will do this week in Week 14. Now, this is a big rivalry. Now, the NFC East, no matter who plays well early on in the season, this division is always decided in December. Yes, we know Dallas Cowboys have been hot, but we know the Washington football team has been sneaking up, showing that this team is not out to fight, just like they did last year. Now, Week 14, this classic rivalry is ready to hit the field. And you know the player for the Washington football team that really loved this matchup? Yep, you guessed it. Cole Holcomb, linebacker for the Washington football team. Let me tell you, for some reason it's like that he was just birthed to be in this rivalry. In the last 4 games alone, he actually registered 0.4 in sacks. This rounded up to 1 sack a game, the last 4 games. 0.3 in interceptions. Let's say he had an interception in the last 4 games. But he also averaged 6.8 tackles in the last matchup. That's rounded up to 7. You see what I'm getting at? He has pretty much his best games against the Dallas Cowboys. You saw what he did last year. He just blew up Zeke Elliott. I mean, Zeke is already battling some issues with injuries now. I'm quite sure. I don't know. I don't think he want to stay in front of Cole Holcomb because Cole is coming. Watch out for this matchup. The Washington football team is 2 games behind the Dallas Cowboys. If they pull off this win, they will be behind by 1. And then they get another matchup in a couple of weeks. Watch out for Cole Holcomb as this Washington football team look to try to pull off a surprise to get at the Dallas Cowboys. So make sure you watch out for that. Now, when we talk about offensive standouts with pass catchers, we know about Nick Westbrook-Ikhine for the Tennessee Titans. We know about Keelan Cole for the New York Jets, and we know about Brandon Zylstra and also Jamarcus Bradley for the Cleveland Browns. All 4 of these guys look like they can do some damage this weekend with their play against their opponents. Who will be the one that's number 1 who's going to score a touchdown and who is going to make the big play for their team? Keelan Cole has not scored a touchdown yet. We're still waiting for him to cross that goal line. We know Westbrook-Ikhine had 3, and we also know that Brandon Zylstra had 1. So let's see what these guys are going to do for us to help their teams get to the next level. And then to close out, Efe Obada, defensive end for the Buffalo Bills. Last year, he was able to get to Tom Brady in the sack. The first player from the platform to sack Tom Brady. Can he duplicate it again this week when the Buffalo Bills go to Tampa to face the reigning Super Bowl champions? So it's something to watch out for. Let's see what Efe Obada and the Bills can do in that matchup. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in, checking out Locker Talk on the YouTube channel. Now, I hope everybody's enjoying themselves. Hope you guys getting ready for Christmas. I'm in the Christmas spirit. You see, I'm outside in this nice chill weather, giving this good sports take. I hope everyone stay blessed. Make sure you watch Week 14 of the NFL. There's going to be some great stuff because the platform, the NFL Regional Combine platform, is legit, and they pumping out stars year in and year out. I'm your host, Barry Barnes, founder the CEO of Locker-Report.com. And you guys, please go to the site, check the site out, where you see some good and original NFL content that you will not see anywhere. I promise you. Check me out on all my social handles on Twitter and Locker_Report. On Instagram, Locker-Report100, all small caps. On Facebook, LockerReport.com. And also check out the Locker Talk podcast. And of course, you guys know.
Mac Daddy vibe I'm giving you in all of its splendor. Like Jet Magazine.
Yes, folks, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to recognize that this platform of NFL content is ready to take off. Go to YouTube, subscribe to Locker Talk Podcast right now. I guarantee you guys will not be disappointed. Everyone stay blessed. We talk to you guys next week when we talk about what happened in week 14 and preparing you guys for week 15. Everyone stay blessed. Be safe out there.